Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Hey, everybody, welcome. Planning an event. All I have to do is say those words. And a lot of times I'm sure people get stressed out like, oh, God, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I got to put all these things together. I got to get the guest list, the entertainment, the venue. I just have the food, everything going on. That's why you need to call a professional. And she is definitely one of them. It's Alice Victoria Mbuyi joins us from passioneventsdesigns.com. Welcome. How are you doing?
Hello, Steve. I'm doing great, thank you. And I hope all the listeners are doing well.
Yeah, great to have you here. We've talked a lot about weddings and some other events. So today we're going to look at social events. Specifically, we're going to start out with kid events. And although sometimes it may sound easy to do a kid event, there's a lot of planning that goes into that if you want to make it a very successful event, right?
Right, right. There's a lot of elements when it comes to kids event. It's just like planning for a wedding,
Sure.
comes with a lot of details. And also the kids events comes with a lot of details. So
Mhm.
interesting.
So why don't we pick one type of kids event and center on that? Give us one example and we'll go from there.
Okay, so we are going to start with first birthday. And when you see the background here, that is one of the first birthday that we designed. And it was a lot of details, a lot of colors.
Yes.
And it's just a lot of colors. And what I also like about kids event is when you design and the colors just give you aspirations. So it's fun.
I want to describe that for people that are listening and can't see. You have this arch in back of you that has all different colored balloons, like a light medium blue, a purple. You have a lighter color purple, yellow balloon, but it all and some curtains that match the colors of the balloons, but it all goes together. I know, hearing all these colors, you might be thinking, what is that going to look like? No, it is truly beautiful and fun, festive but classy and fun.
Right, right. So this the theme was Bandanam with a cartoon that not everyone watched. And when the client told me the theme, I was like, what? So it was the first time discovering that theme. So, she wanted to incorporate all the colors that goes with the theme. So that's why we have the turquoise blue, the yellow, and also the pink, hot pink, light pink. So we actually in the middle is a picture, maybe it's a photo of the child with the character. It's a blanket that it was customized.
Hmm.
So it was used as a banner for the middle, and we have the panels that comes on the side, and then we have the balloon arch, and other areas was also we also put balloons on the kids table, just few, and we just made them design. And what is interesting is that we introduce kids tables and kids chivalry chairs, as you see in the photo. So the kids table are the same size, as adults. It's just that it comes lower, and the tables are great. They can take up to 10 seats, and it just make the children feel like VIP because they had their own table session. So it was fun.
So you're saying, Alice, that table can lower to a kid's level?
Yes,
Wow.
it's a special, especially for kids. And they have the mini chairs, the small chivalry chairs, and we have other kinds. So my client was very happy because she was thinking of putting the children together with the adults in the big tables, and sometimes kids, they lose interest. So having the VIP tables and with all other kids, they were happier. They were
Yeah.
very happier.
Boy, you really think of everything, Alice. That's super cool. What about the entertainment. Let's talk about that. When it, of course, you might want to have a DJ at your kids' event, whatever the event is. Any suggestions for the entertainment?
For the entertainment, face painting.
Mm.
Someone can come and do face painting for them. Kids love to have face painting. And to play a few games, just like the musical chair, they love that. Few games where they can win gifts, and some also like the piñata. You put a lot of goodies inside, and they will just hit it and get a lot of candies and some other prizes.
Hmm.
Yeah, so with kids, we keep it very simple as long that we make them happy, and that's some of the things that we can do.
So I'm thinking back to parties that I've been to, kids' parties. Magicians. Is that still some a thing?
Yes, magicians, some of the ones that I've did, there was not a lot of requests. Because of course during the pandemic there was some kind of limitation because where the magician is, that's where the crowd is.
Mm.
But that is on everyone's list, and it's a great way to entertain the children as well.
Okay, so we're talking birthday parties. What other kids events do you guys do?
We also do when they're in the womb, baby showers. Yeah, baby shower. I was laughing with somebody, and I was saying that it was sad that during the pandemic we had a lot of losses. But another thing that had happened, the fact that a lot of couples were in confinement, they were able to produce babies.
Mm.
And the statistic, says that there was a great number of births during this pandemic. So there was more requests for baby shower than weddings. And I was like, well, the couples out there not getting married or what? They were having babies. So it was it was a great experience.
And it's funny you should say that because I have a friend who is a nurse at a in the maternity ward. And last month she said, I don't know what's going on. No babies are being born. It's hardly any, she had like a week where nothing, barely any kids were born. I don't know. It's hard to really say. Yeah. So
Yeah.
what did you call them? The womb? What was that?
No, I was saying that when the babies are in the wombs of their mother,
Yeah.
we start to celebrate them because the
Yes.
baby shower takes place, and then the baby reveal also.
Reveal. Right.
That's yeah. There is another celebration where people will just host an event for baby reveal. So
Do you find,
yes.
Alice, that you get a lot of people coming back? Let's say it's a baby shower or a reveal. Then now we have the first birthday party or the fifth birthday party that you have clients coming back.
Well, yeah, we had a lot of baby shower event. We also had fewer of the first kids' first birthday event, but it seems like it's decreasing now. Now I'm getting more requests for weddings, so that is great.
Gotcha.
Because at some point I was worried. I said, why aren't the couples getting married? So now that things are getting to almost back to normal,
Right.
we have requests for wedding. I have two kids' birthdays coming up, one in 2 weeks and another one in June. So I'll just have to balance the inspiration and ideas.
So when we talk about, we call it kids events, does that also come into the category of sweet 16s?
Yes, Sweet 16 is part of kids event, and even graduation, high school graduation party is also
Hmm.
considered as a kids event, and yeah, so that's all part of it.
What would be your tip for a parent working with their soon to be 16-year-old daughter for that type of event? What is the most important thing that they should consider?
Well, happiness. Yeah, just to just to plan the event with the child and have the child to be part of it. There is one kid who's going to have a graduation party, and I spoke to him on Sunday, and I said, "What are you planning for your party?" And he said, "Nothing. My mom and dad are planning everything." So I did not see the excitement or the involvement.
Sure.
So I just advise parents to, to take ideas, from their child, because it's a big celebration for everyone, especially for them. So just make them part of it and make them happy, because these events are once a lifetime. I mean, high school graduation is once a lifetime, and not so many of them will have events for graduation when they graduate from college. So yes,
Yeah.
make your kid happy.
I have to totally agree with you. And my daughter just celebrated her 14th birthday.
Oh,
We did a dinner, and then she's like, "Well, can I have some friends come over?" And then she said, "Can you invite some of your friends?" Because she likes my friends. It's like, so, but my point is, the best part about all of it wasn't actually, and it was at our house, but it was planning it. It was going to the store. It was picking out things, doing, and it was a very last minute thing, but that was just as much fun as doing the actual event. So yeah, to your point, Alice, definitely get them involved, no matter what age they are, as long as they're old enough to understand. Even if they pick out a color, or maybe one food or whatever it might be, it's their event. Why not make them a part of it?
right. I
Yeah.
agree. I
So,
agree.
what are some of the other kid events that you guys are doing nowadays?
Now there are a few graduation events that are coming up, and as I'm going to touch on a little bit about the venue that's almost completed, and we started to speak about it, and we have some requests. Although the venue is not open yet, so we already started to get requests for clients to book the hall for their graduation party. So, yeah, so this is definitely getting more requests for graduation, and the weddings that were already getting requested. So, yeah.
When do you think the venue is officially going to be open?
We are thinking the third weekend of May.
Mm.
The city is making arrangement for the staff and the authorities to come so we can have a ribbon cutting. So that will be done during the week, the first week of May, and we are going to start the third weekend of May with events, and two events already booked for the last weekend of May, and also in June 11.
Wow. That's got to be so exciting, Alice, for you doing what you do, knowing that this finally has taken place. Like you have your own venue.
Yes, yes, this is actually a step. I'm doing I'm doing a venue rental, leasing for now,
Hmm.
and I still have the owner where I'm leasing from him, and I'm renting it out for any day of the week. I figured this will be an easy way for me to get to actually own my venue, because it comes with a lot of work when you have to own, so I believe this event rental business space is a great start for me to
Absolutely.
own.
You have a place. you know that
Right.
that's fantastic, and that changes everything in terms. Listen, you're storing stuff anyway. You have all these things that people use, or you use them for events. You might as well
Right.
just break them out in your own venue, or even whether you're leasing, it doesn't even matter. And be known for that. How about virtual events? You guys do those as well, right?
Yes, virtual events were very popular in 20 end of 2019 in, until well, beginning of 2022. Some are still taking place, but it has decreased uh, because now things are more open and so for the virtual event it's interesting, and I'm going to explain. There was one event like a conference type that we had, and what actually the cameramans will come in one location and it has like separate rooms, and each room were decorated, either a backdrop design, anything to make it interesting. And attending those events, we were in those events for like more than 8 hours, and we didn't want it to end because it
Mm.
felt like you were actually there. There was DJ playing music, there
Wow.
were interactions, and through the Zoom, there were cameras where you can see other participants. So it's fun to have, and some people still do it, especially when you're far off from each other and you want to host a speaking event. It's a great platform.
Do you find that people will do a in-person event and then also make it virtual for people around the country that couldn't attend?
Yes, yes. So for the in-person events, that's what they actually do also. So other people can be part of it. And there was one speaker that had both in person and also virtually, and she was actually also selling tickets to those who are watching virtually.
Wow.
So yeah,
Okay.
so
Wait. Did I hear that right?
yes,
Selling tickets?
selling tickets for people watching it virtually because they are coaches, and you get some great tips. You just like you're learning like you were in a classroom.
Okay.
So,
So that kind of gets us into what almost sounds like a corporate event. And I'm sure you guys do those as well, right?
yes, we do corporate events, and there was one vendor actually that had hosted a makeup tutorial, and I attended those one session,
Hmm.
and that was virtually. She will put it was through Zoom, and then she will say, "Everybody, grab your kit, and then do the makeup," and we'll watch her do it, and we did it, and that's how I got to perfect myself a little bit doing my own makeup.
Very nice. Wow. Yeah. I think we should make it clear too. If somebody's thinking about doing some type of event virtually, you want to do it professionally. Like Alice is saying, using cameras, having them switch from one room to another room or just a different camera view. It's just so much more professional. And it's it depends on the level you want to take it, but that's the way to go as opposed to I mean, we don't in this situation right now, we don't have different camera angles. We just you and I just talking, but when you're doing an event, there's so much going on at the same time that you definitely want to have it done right with cameras, producers, and especially a corporate event.
Yes, yes, because it makes it fun. It makes it fun. It makes it inviting, and it makes it a great event.
How about we talk about themes? We've never gotten on themes for parties, whether it's kids' parties or otherwise. Now, you mentioned a cartoon character for the backdrop that you have there for a kids' party. Any other themes that stand out in your mind that were very successful?
Unicorn, actually, yes, Unicorn and my other two events that are coming up requested that theme.
Really?
So I just have to give them like a unique design. So there's unicorn, there's princess for the little girls, and for the boys there's Batman. I mean, for the kids, there's a variety of theme. It's about what the kids love, what show the kids love to watch. And they ask their parents, I want that theme, and that's why we do. But Winter Wonderland is another popular one, Princess, and as I mentioned, and PJ Masks for the boys, that also. So with the kids, we just have to keep spinning.
With the unicorn thing, I bought my daughter unicorn popcorn, and
Oh,
it very, very tasty. And actually, the colors of the popcorn look like your backdrop. So if anybody has if they want to do a unicorn party, I'm just throwing it out there. Unicorn popcorn was fun. What about adult themed parties? Any that stand out in your mind?
for adult theme, sometimes it can be like Winter Wonderland. You'll be
Mhm.
surprised for for weddings, some for birthdays, and some will do like Chanel theme. Some because mostly people who celebrate the events is like mostly birthdays, maybe 40th birthday or 50th. We had a 70th birthday that we also designed. So for the adults, it's not like for the kids. For the kids, there's
Right.
a large selections. Yeah, so sometimes the adults will name a theme. They will say glam event, where they have like luxury items. So it depends.
I went to a birthday party at a venue, yes, maybe a month ago, and the theme was Roaring Twenties. So people were dressed in clothes that looked like they were from the 1920s. It was actually really fun. I mean, it was an interesting theme, an interesting night. How you always wondered, like, what are people going to look like? What are they going to put together? But people were definitely on board for it. It's
Right.
endless. There's so many different ideas, and that's got to be the fun part for you when somebody says, hey, I want to do this. And now you have to put it together. It's a challenge, yes, but I'm sure that you love, Alice, you love a creative challenge from time to time.
Yes, yes. Challenges are always welcome, and that's how we also get the inspiration, and we design what the client wants.
Yeah. What about colors? Anything this I know you're just getting into wedding season. We'll just touch upon weddings for a split second here, but what do people ask for now in terms of colors? Is it anything different than it was?
Uh, Not much, but now they ask more for glitz, like shiny fabric.
Hmm,
Yeah, so some people are tending to go more on the luxury style, gold, centerpieces, glam,
interesting.
and crystals. So yes, and for the color for wedding, the ones that are being requested lately is blush. Blush. Some will request for all white wedding. Some will request for blush. So that's interesting.
Wow. Tell everybody your website and how they get in touch with you if they want to plan a party or even get some suggestions.
Okay, so we are passioneventsdesign.com, and you can find us. You can go on the about page and also the contact page. You can send us a request with everything that you want us to answer, and from there we can get back to you and book your 30 free consultation, and we'll be happy to design your next event. We go abroad, we go in different states, so we'll be happy to come where you are.
I have one final question. I'm just kind of curious. Now you're married, am I right?
Yes,
Okay. Who planned your wedding?
I planned my own wedding, and I designed my own wedding because we had access to the hall, to the venue
Hmm.
the day before. So I had to do that from morning to afternoon, and then when I was done, of course, I wasn't alone. I was with, at that time, I wasn't in business yet, but
Mhm.
I had some individual to help me fulfill everything.
Yep.
The only thing I couldn't do, I couldn't coordinate my own events, of course.
Yeah.
And the experience I had was, no one can do a job better than you can. So sometimes I was sitting down and, at the bridal table, and the coordinator will forget something, and I feel like, oh my gosh. So that's the only thing I didn't do, coordination, of course.
Well, let me throw up, I don't want to call it a correction, but nobody can do a better job than you can. Because if it's somebody like us trying to plan an event, it's just not going to happen the same way. We don't know. We're not the professionals. Alice, it was great talking with you again, and just all the insight on kids events, social events, virtual events, and of course, weddings. PassionEventsDesign.com is the website. Go there for, at the very least, for inspiration if you're planning an event, but definitely reach out to Alice and her team. They'll help you out with whatever you got going on. And it's always been a pleasure talking with you, Alice, and I look forward to getting together sometime soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Steve. I'll see you next time.
Thank you. And we'll be right back.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you can now listen live on the MyTuner Radio and online Radio Box apps for iOS, Android, and the Amazon App Store. Or check us out online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com or search Podcast Business News Network on onlineradiobox.com/US so you don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned.
This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.